There are so many problems with being a person who always says yes to everyone. You end up being taken advantage of for being too nice. This behavior kills your potential and your ability to achieve the things you want in life because you are constantly busy doing things you didn't want to do in the first place because you didn't know how to say no. As a result, you cannot be the protagonist of your own life because you are always just a pawn in someone else's game and an extra in someone else's dream. You let yourself be tossed around like a puppet. Hello ladies, welcome to Classy Inspo. I'm Samara and today I will show you how to be respectful. So let's get started. I want to share some ideas that I believe can help you a lot, but first, I need to warn you not to fall into the same mistakes I did. I used to be someone who often ended up giving in to things I didn't want to do, and this made me feel foolish and hurt me a lot. It hurt so much that I almost became a hardened and overly defensive person. I started to think that being strong and standing up for yourself was almost synonymous with being a jerk. I'm opening up my heart to you, which is why I ask you to watch this video until the end before drawing any conclusions. The truth is, I was hurt by some things that happened in my life, and I felt I needed to build a very tough shell to avoid being hurt or made a fool of again. However, this shell grew so much that it ended up crushing me. I began to think that everyone around me was there to hurt me, and I became extremely reactive in an unnecessary way. I am starting this video with this story because if you are in a similar situation, the solution is not to become a hardened person who is always on edge and ready to fight. You don't need to become a bad person to defend yourself from bad people. I have been through this, and it's not worth it. You end up more hurt than when you were just naive. When you become a person who is always defensive, you end up unhappy and unable to effectively defend yourself from those who might harm you. The point I'm trying to make is that it's more important to avoid battles altogether rather than being a warrior who is always wounded. Developing your strength wisely without constantly bleeding is key. If you want to take control of your life, you need to start saying no to things that do not align with your values and goals. Living your life according to other people's expectations leads to a crisis of identity. You need to be clear about who you are and what you stand for, rather than always looking for someone else's opinion to replicate. It's important to have mentors and references, but you must start thinking for yourself. As you define your values and principles, you will gain more confidence in saying no and disagreeing with others. This process is ongoing. It's not something you can do overnight. Having clarity about your identity and values will give you the strength to say no confidently and make decisions that align with who you are. Training yourself to set boundaries can be challenging, especially if you have always allowed others to have their way with you. Initially, people may react negatively because they are used to the old you. But as they see your consistency, they will learn to respect your boundaries. It's essential to approach setting boundaries with respect and calmness. Reacting hysterically will only reduce the respect people have for your boundaries. Instead, communicate your limits clearly and firmly without overreacting. For instance, if someone makes an inappropriate comment, address it calmly and assertively. Finally, the way you live your life sends messages to others about how you expect to be treated. Your actions and behavior communicate your values and boundaries even without words. By embodying your principles in your daily life, you set a standard for how others should interact with you. Remember, people act in their own interest. If you don't want others to interfere in your life, don't give them the opportunity to do so. Be mindful of what you share and with whom you share it. Practice setting boundaries and living by your values consistently, and over time, you will see a positive change in how others treat you. As we draw this insightful discussion to a close, let's reflect on the profound journey we've explored together. The essence of personal boundaries, the courage to assert oneself, and the wisdom to strike a balance between compliance and self-respect are not mere abstract concepts. They are pivotal to our growth and fulfillment. Throughout this exploration, we have delved into the perils of perpetual acquiescence. We've seen how constantly saying yes can strip us of our potential, rendering us mere shadows in our own stories. The narrative underscores a crucial transformation from vulnerability to self-protection and ultimately to a place of balanced self-assurance. In recognizing the extremes of excessive compliance and hyperdefensiveness, we uncover the path to true strength. This path is not paved with aggression or hostility, but with the wisdom to set firm, respectful boundaries. It teaches us to engage in meaningful self-reflection, to define and adhere to our values, and to navigate life with a calm, confident poise. As we move forward, let us embrace the call to action this journey presents. It urges us to cultivate inner resilience, to ignore unsolicited criticism, and to steadfastly pursue our authentic selves. It reminds us that the ultimate responsibility for our happiness and success lies within us. By asserting our boundaries and living true to our values, we reclaim control over our lives and steer them towards the fulfillment we deserve. Stay classy and inspired. If today's discussion resonated with you and you're ready to take control of your life by setting healthy boundaries, I invite you to join our community. Subscribe to Classy Inspo for more empowering content that helps you navigate the complexities of personal growth with elegance and grace. Hit the like button if you found value in this video, and share it with those who might benefit from this message. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences, so leave a comment below. Let's inspire each other to live authentically and confidently. Follow Classy Inspo on social media for daily doses of inspiration, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Together, let's create a life that's not only successful, but also fulfilling and true to who we are.